Hey guys, I'm back after taking a long break. I've done reviews for most of these, but some I wasn't able to get to. So, without further ado, here are my top 5 games of 2020. Just a warning, the number 1 spot might get really heavy. So, just a warning. Number 5, Bugsnax. Bugsnax took the simple premise of catching bugs, who were also snacks, but who were also bugs, but then again they're also snacks, into something really interesting and addictive to play. To say the story goes places is an understatement. The gameplay in Bugsnax is one part Pokemon Snap and on the other Hell's Kitchen Simulator, as you feed your captured creatures to the residents of the island as their bodies morph and change. Bugsnax may have had some drawbacks like a gameplay loop that got tiresome after the story, but I still found it one of the most interesting games I played. Number 4, Ghost of Tsushima. After a somewhat disappointing entry with The Last of Us 2, I thought the PlayStation 4 had played its final card, but we hadn't seen anything yet. In July, Ghost of Tsushima released, and my god, I loved it. Yes, it was a very long and frustrating game at times, with how bloody precise you need to be with dodging and blocking, and the elegance of its animations could not be interrupted. But that didn't stop me from loving how the open world was designed, with no objective markers, no minimap. Just explore and you will find what you want. It allowed the open world design to finally feel new again. The combat was deep and engrossing, with different stances and super moves to cut down the Mongols by the thousands. The story of Jin Sakai was every other gruff badass storyline rolled into one. But I'm not gonna lie, if I didn't find Jin a really interesting character as the story went along. Really fun game with only a few stumbling points. Number 3, Hades. When it comes to the roguelike genre of games, I've only played 2 that have grabbed my attention. Dead Cells, and one of 2020's best games, Hades. Hades was amazing. Story, combat, progression and graphics all looked breathtaking. The story and the game worked in unison to create a really interesting combination that gave you that push to keep going. And the gameplay is really fun to get involved in, as combos are simplistic and flashy, but unlike most simplistic formulas, this never gets old, as there are plenty of weapons and builds to go for, and plenty of characters to grow a relationship with. The music was incredible, like Mick Gordon had a Greek baby and he named it Hades. I could say more, but you need to watch my review. Hades was incredible. Number 2, Doom Eternal. I loved Doom 2016. The raw combat and speed gave me an experience I'd never had in any shooter before. Yeah, I played Wolfenstein and Bulletstorm, but this was something different. This was something new. So when I heard that Doom Eternal was coming out, I just thought, well, this is just going to be as good. I was wrong. I was dead wrong. This game was a bloody masterpiece of first-person shooter design. It made the original Doom look like child's play. The movement was improved with faster gameplay, dashing, environmental objects to interact with, and of course the grappling hook shotgun to drag you into combat. The game introduced many different things, but one of them that was the most controversial was the Marauder. This freaking asshole was a challenge to get used to. His speed and damage gave us something new to fight, something new to conquer. Music was going to be goddamn head bopping, but this was goddamn body spasmingly good. Mick Gordon was a perfectionist, and that was clear after his drama with Bethesda came to light. But after making something like this, it was worth it, and I hope he returns in some form. And I can't wait to see what comes in the new year, the final DLC release, and the long teased invasion mode. Eternal still has plenty of surprises, and I can't wait. Number 1, Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer did what games should always do: teach lessons, and give an experience that you can't get anywhere else. I've always struggled with the concept of death. My first time ever dealing with death was with my dog, and then my grandmother, and then finally my childhood babysitter. Each of these individuals gave me something in my life. A chance to better myself with my grandmother, a person who was strong and resilient with my old babysitter, and just a cute lovable face with my dog. Through each of these losses, I never got a sense of closure, and I never was able to fully appreciate the relationship I had. But then came Spiritfarer, and I was swept away on a journey where the only thing that mattered was the here and now. Yes, eventually you had to say goodbye, but the game doesn't indulge in the sadness of loss. It instead lets you experience the true meaning of life. Every character in the game was lovable and unique, although some were more thought-provoking, like Giovanni. The thing I find fascinating about Spiritfarer is that it finds a way to merge both the spiritual side of death and the physical embodiment of it into something that can teach lessons and doesn't feel self-indulgent. The moment-to-moment gameplay is easy to get your head around and is rewarding. Yes, you're doing the same thing over and over again, but it's what you're doing matters. You're helping someone in a way that actually means something. The music has meaning to it, and I love listening to it whenever I get a chance. It's probably quite obvious that Spiritfarer meant something much more to me than anyone else. It allowed me to see the inevitability as just a piece of life and not something to fight. Spiritfarer is not only the best game of 2020, but it's also the best game I've ever played, and I honestly don't see that changing anytime soon. I will admit though, going back to the game, it does have a slow beginning, but that doesn't change what this game has done to me. I thank you for listening to me waffle on about my favourite games of 2020. Thank you all for watching me make content, enjoy games, and evolve as a creator. Anyway, have a great new year.